Some people wake up, hit snooze, and lose the first battle of the day without even realizing it. Others open their eyes and claim one quiet hour, the kind of hour no one asks for, no one demands, and no one will ever see. But it's in that forgotten hour, tucked between fatigue and responsibility, that lives begin to change, because most people are waiting for motivation, waiting for a better opportunity, waiting to feel ready. But the ones who grow, they stop waiting. They start with what they have, 60 minutes a day. That's it. That's the secret no one tells you. Change doesn't ask for permission. It just asks for your attention. One focused hour at a time. The clock is ticking. You don't need a perfect life to start. You don't need all the answers. You need one thing, an hour, a single quiet hour that you don't owe to anyone else. And that's exactly where most people stop, because they wait for motivation, clarity, permission. But what if the hour came first? What if 1 hour, just 60 minutes a day, could change not just your skills, but the direction of your entire life? It's not a fantasy. It's a formula. And today, I'll show you exactly how it works, because your time is already passing. But your power, that's still yours to claim. Let's begin. The myth of the big leap. We're sold a myth. That transformation requires massive leaps, that the people who change their lives do it in some grand, sweeping gesture, a sabbatical, a business launch, a viral moment. And so we wait. We wait for the right time, the right idea, the right version of ourselves to finally show up. Meanwhile, the people who grow don't leap. They build, quietly, patiently, daily. They understand something that most people overlook. Big shifts come from small, repeated actions. And the most powerful lever they use? Time. Not in abundance, but in intention. One focused hour. 1 hour that belongs completely to them. Not their boss, not their inbox. Them. Every day. That's how empires begin. The rule of compound learning. 1 hour a day doesn't sound like much until you do the math. That's 365 hours a year, the equivalent of over 9 full-time work weeks, 9 weeks of uninterrupted learning, building, and evolving. What could you create with that time? A skill set, a side hustle, a new direction. Compound learning is the secret ingredient that turns effort into acceleration. 1 hour a day of deep, focused effort doesn't just teach you more. It makes everything else you do smarter. You begin to connect dots faster, make decisions more confidently, solve problems with less hesitation, because knowledge compounds like interest, slow at first, then suddenly exponential. And the best part? No one can take it from you. It's yours, the 3-block system. I developed a method that helped me, and hundreds of others, stay focused and avoid burnout. The 3-block system. Each hour is split into 3 20-minute blocks. Learn, build, connect. In the learn block, you consume, read, watch, or listen to something that grows your knowledge. In the build block, you create, write, practice, refine, or make something tangible. And in the connect block, you expand your reach, comment, post, reply, or message someone in your field. This structure adds momentum without overload. Each day, you grow. Each week, you make progress. Each month, you see change. This isn't hustle culture. This is high-quality, low-friction progress. Real people. Real change. Let me tell you about Jenna. She was a part-time barista with a graphic design degree collecting dust. She gave herself 1 hour each day, 30 minutes to learn a new design tool, 20 to build her portfolio, 10 to post one piece of her work online. Within 3 months, a small startup found her work. Today, she's their lead designer. Or take Mateo. He wanted to become a public speaker, but hated his voice. So he spent an hour each day, practicing, recording, watching talks, emailing organizers. Today, he speaks in front of hundreds. Not because he had more talent, but because he invested more time, consistently. 1 hour, one decision, one life transformed. Or Maya, who used her hour to take free coding classes and build mini projects. Today, she works remotely, making more than she did in her 9 to 5. These aren't rare exceptions. They're proof that effort, when focused and repeated, works. The enemy of consistency. Most people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they believe the lie that slow progress isn't real progress. They do it for 3 days, feel no difference, and quit. They chase urgency. But careers aren't built in urgency. They're built in rhythm. And the enemy of rhythm is perfection. That voice that says, you missed a day. You failed. Number. You didn't. Life isn't a checklist. It's a direction. Missing 1 day doesn't matter if you show up again tomorrow. Progress isn't ruined by rest. It's ruined by quitting. And quitting is almost always the result of all or nothing thinking. Let it go. Choose grace. Then choose again. Your momentum doesn't come from never missing. It comes from never giving up. Designing your hour. Your hour doesn't have to look like mine. It can be before work, during lunch, or after your kids go to bed. It can be broken into 2 30-minute blocks or 3 20s. The key is that it's yours. Sacred. Non-negotiable. You protect it the way you'd protect a meeting with your future self, because that's exactly what it is. Light a candle. Use noise-canceling headphones. Journal before you start. Make it a ritual. Rituals become habits, and habits become who we are. When you design your hour, you're not just shaping your schedule, you're shaping your identity. One act of intention at a time. This isn't just about time management. It's about self-leadership, the future you're creating. Now picture this. A year from now, you look back. You see a version of yourself who kept showing up, not perfectly, but persistently. You've grown sharper, more capable, more visible. You've created things that didn't exist before. You've met people who opened doors. You've built something you're proud of. That version of you wasn't born in a flash of lightning. They were built in the quiet, early, often overlooked hours, one at a time. While the rest of the world scrolled or snoozed, you chose to build. And now, you've become someone new, not by chance, by choice. Your next 60 minutes. You've heard the framework, you've seen the stories, and now it's your turn. What will you do with your next 60 minutes? Because the truth is, your hour is waiting, and so is your future. The only question left is whether you'll choose to begin. And if you do, if you choose this one small, consistent act, you may just look back and realize that hour was everything.